absence with a sore left foot. I mean, he's got a little bit of a new hairstyle, but same dominant performance out of last season's NBA scoring champion. 36 points, 11 rebounds in 24 minutes. James Harden added a second straight triple-double. The Philadelphia 76ers, they get the win over the Pistons, 147-116. The club's going up on a Tuesday. All right, Embiid, he didn't even need to play a full half of basketball to rack up just an incredible stat line. 23 minutes, 56 seconds. They are the fewest minutes in a 35-point, 10-rebound game since minutes were first tracked when you were born, Richard, in the early 50s.
I remember that Clyde Lovely.
It's been a minute, Perk.
It's been a minute, but I'm back like I forgot something, and he was back like he forgot something. We talking about the big Philly, Joel Embiid. I don't usually do this, but freeze! We got our tape going. Look at the big fella making the game easy for himself. Little pick and pop right into his little mid-range area. No contest, disrespect. I'm gonna knock it down. Here it is. Freeze! Put Tobias Harris in the pick and roll. He rolls hard, sucks the defense in. Joel, ability to stretch the floor, knock down the three, and one. I got skills. I got the complete package at 7'1", 285 pounds. Freeze! Here we go again. Set the screen, get into the pick and roll. Oh, I got you on the elongated shot fake. Okay, you go bite. I'm going to snatch the screws out the rim. This is easy work right here by the big fella. Look, we talk about Giannis, Jokic, Ja, Luka. Got to talk about him in the MVP conversation as well. Philly right there in the thick of things.
Can we get one more bark for the road?
I'm back.
And with that, still ahead on our show.
I'm being really honest. I got my workout in this morning. I'm looking fly. Jalen Rose looking fly. We got Momo here. Malika, the hairs are curling. We are ready to go.
We are ready to rock and roll.
Go.
We have a lot to get to, including the Golden State Warriors. I do want to talk a little bit about Steph Curry and his return. Jalen, I want to start with you here. We're going to get to the highlight in just a moment, but what was your impression of Steph Curry?
My impression of Steph is that he was rusty initially. He got off to a slow start. The team got off to a slow start. But they were playing against a short-handed Phoenix Suns team without 7 of their players, including 4 starters. You can't get down 27 points. And they look like the role warriors playing at home. So for Steph, it was great to see how he responded in the fourth.
Hey, did I sell that though? He thought I was serious, right? Did I sell it? Did I sell it? Did I sell it?
And he was mad for real.
He was mad for real.
Square up on you, too. I was about to text my guy like, I know you ain't going to come on this show no attitude. Right over there. Why it's about time, my guy? You
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We got Lil Perk in the building. We got Lil Perk in the building. Okay, walking good, too. Okay.
Just feeling better. Don't push him.
No, he's fine. I'm worried about myself. Oh, look at the guy. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect example of how a person can accomplish
So we don't need
great
you
things.
anymore today.
He's not here.
Steph Curry highlight from last night.
For the day.
Steph Curry was in action just like Kendrick Perkins is here in the studio surprising us.
That's not
you
funny.
Can see
Love it.
Damian Lee getting his ring. His sweet son with Seidel. Things would start off a little funky for Golden State, Richard.
Well, this is my thing, and we talked about it yesterday on the show. Oh, what are they going to be with Steph? They are historically bad on the road. The gap between their road and home, and you sometimes have to worry, is that little home record, is that road record going to spill at home? Because everyone's like, oh, well, once they figure it out on the road, you can also be worried about what they're doing at home. Look at this. They're getting cooked by a Phoenix Suns team that's got no life. They're just out there scrapping and fighting. Shout out to Monty Williams keeping his guy locked in.
Going ahead to the fourth quarter here, I mean, you would think with Steph Curry coming back, Golden State would have been able to make a run in this one. He's still doing what he does, feeling out his rhythm a little bit. But, Jalen, it just never came.
Yeah. They're so perimeter-oriented, and rightfully so when you had the Splash Brothers and Jordan Poole. But it'll be nice every now and then if you got some interior buckets. Like, this is a tough way to live.
Yeah, well, my thing is this, is that only this team you will still watching down 15 with 4 minutes to go.
Right, because Steph Curry is on the floor. Let's hear from him now.
Anytime you have an injury, whether I feel it or not, it's more so I'm not thinking about it during the game. and that's the point we had to get to before I got cleared to play. So I don't think it matters how much I feel. It's just that when I'm out there hooping, I'm not really thinking about it at all. So I think we have to be honest with ourselves about the details of what makes a winning team, and remind ourselves, what that is, and hold ourselves to that standard in terms of everything you saw in the fourth quarter tonight. We've had guys in and out the lineup, and guys on minute restrictions, and you want to find hopefully a good run where we have, like Clay said, a full squad, and understand again how we can build momentum. We've been talking about it for a long time, and eventually you got to do it, or else time runs out.
So Steph Curry back from injury here. You can see the Warriors' upcoming road trip that they're headed on. And you mentioned it, Jalen. This is the home Warriors versus the road Warriors this season. We need to see which team is going to prevail. But since today's theme is all about returns, and I'm still surprised that Kendrick Perkins pulled that off. Is
I
back
didn't
in
see him
studio.
anywhere. That was
Which
good.
is hard
I did a
to
good
do.
job of
It's hard for our guy to stick around.
I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear anything.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. How you tiptoe, bro?
You are quiet as a mouse, and we are proud of you. Since today, though, it is all about the return, including the return of Kendrick Perkins. What stood out to you in this one?
Excuses, especially from when you look at Steph, when he talk about like battling injuries, and I get it. Everybody's going through injuries. Everybody's having problems in their organization. Take the Denver Nuggets, for example. Jokic, he's been holding that team down. Michael Porter Jr. has been out, along with Jamal Murray in and out of the lineup. They haven't been healthy all year. They're sitting at the top of the West spot. But when I look at the Golden State Warriors, right, they lost to the Pistons. They lost to last night to the Suns without the big three. In the game before that, they lost to the Orlando Magic. So I'm like, okay, but when they lose, everybody's just like, all right, cool. It is what it is.
Right.
Like, oh, they'll be fine. No, they won't be fine. Like, they're missing key guys that they had on the roster last year. Otto Porter Jr., Gary Payton II, Descano Anderson. Those guys were huge for them off the bench in key moments. And so I'm looking at the bench right now, unless the Warriors make a move, right, to upgrade their bench, because obviously Steve Kerr don't trust James Wiseman. He really don't trust Kuminga like that. So now I'm like, what's next?
Yeah, my thing is this, and when I watch the Warriors, you kind of watch players' antics, right, to Perk's point. When I see, like, Klay Thompson, who is one of the best players that I've ever played with, one of the best teammates, everybody knows Klay. You can see Klay start chirping back at people.
Right.
Because, you get Mikal Bridges with that block, and he's hyped. And